One of the ways in which System 1 and System 2 can have a communication breakdown is by this concept called substitution, or as Danny Kahneman puts it, answering an easier question. The basic idea here is that System 1 is monitoring what's going on, and it needs to alert System 2 if it needs to kick in. But if System 1 doesn't find a satisfactory answer really quickly to this hard question, instead of just instantly alerting System 2 in, sometimes what it's doing is it's just trying to make coherence of the world around it, and it basically switches the question a little bit. It answers a little easier question. A different association is found to say, hey, I can make sense of the world around me with this association. So let's quickly go through this kind of communication process called substitution. So first and foremost, we have this target question. The target question is the assessment that you're actually asked about or trying to analyze. The first thing in is obviously our fast system, our System 1. Next up, obviously, we have System 2, our slower, more reflective system. So System 1, that's going to be checked with first. When System 1 can't easily answer the question or what's happening in the world around it, it comes up with a heuristic question, a simpler question to answer instead of the harder association that it sees in front of it. So we get this heuristic question first. Then, if it can come up with an answer to the heuristic question, it provides this heuristic answer, and it kind of shoots it off to System 2. System 1 knows the answer to this heuristic, easier question, and it kind of depends, is this comfortable of a feeling enough? Is System 1 kind of alerted enough to kick in System 2? If System 2 is actually alerted here and says, actually, this whole heuristic thing, this doesn't feel right, it might reject the System 1 processing, and we kind of understand, oh, okay, that seemed intuitive, the answer that I have here, but I need to look at this a little bit more. And if that happens, then System 2 is engaged, and we kind of move through the normal processing. But what might happen is that the heuristic answer to the heuristic question feels comfortable enough, and System 1 doesn't have enough of alert, and so it basically answers that heuristic question with its heuristic answer, and it kind of bypasses System 2 if System 2 is just kind of, we're too lazy to bring it into gear here. And thus we accept our heuristic answer to the heuristic question, but in actuality, what we are asked is the target question. So we have this heuristic answer to our target question. So if you know the cognitive reflection test, you can see this substitution effect happening here, this answering of an easier question. The bat and ball example, when you look at the cognitive reflection test, what are you actually answering? What's the question you're actually answering? An easy question. What's the price of a ball if the bat is $1 and your total is $1.10? That's an easy question, and that's what you answer. With the widget question, you're basically answering this question. What's the pattern? 5, 5, 5, then 100, 100, blank. That's the easier question that you tend to answer in the cognitive reflection test. And finally, we answer the question, what's half of 48 in the lily pad question there? What we've done is our brain has substituted in an easier question. We're answering an easier question.